Learning bass guitar can make you more money and smarter. Yep, so more money and smarter from learning bass. So here's why. Stay tuned to the end of the video to make sure you find out. Shout out to my student Archie. I see you, man. Keep watching. Yeah. So as I said in the intro, we're discussing, how learning an instrument, learning bass guitar, can make you both smarter and make you more money. Now, these principles that we're going to talk about, the reasons why, apply to you no matter what your age is. They apply whether you're looking to get your young child into music, whether they're a teenager, whether you're a music student yourself currently studying an undergrad course, or whether you're an adult in your career and you're looking to pursue that music. Maybe you're a church musician looking to delve into playing in church, learning the instrument, and maybe at the moment you've thought about pushing it a bit more, but you haven't really had enough reason to. So I'm going to give you multiple reasons today as to why you should take that instrument more seriously and really give it a go in learning. So let's look at our reasons. It's important to understand a few different things about how our brain works. And when we take activities such as reading or maths, they activate specific parts in our brain, in your brain. But when you listen to music, multiple parts activate at the same time. So that's multiple parts of your brain actually fire up when you just plug in your headphones and listen to music. But what the scientists noticed, was there was an even bigger difference from listening to music and actually playing it. So being the player of an instrument involved in this. What happened here was that those fireworks that happened in your brain when you were listening to music turned into a Super Bowl in their brain, right? So there's a big old party going on in your brain. Your brain is super stimulated when we actually learn to play, okay? So playing music is like the brain's equivalent of a full body workout. So some of us, we push hard, we like to try and keep in shape, and we know we probably should work out a bit more. Music is the same thing for our brains, okay? And arguably a lot more important to work out our brains than our bodies. So what is it that about playing an instrument, the actual act of playing an instrument, that sets the brain alight, unlike almost no other activity? Sports doesn't come close to it, arts doesn't come close to it, the actual painting or drawing, listening to music kind of comes close, but the difference is massive when you actually then start playing. So it engages almost every area of your brain at once. Playing activates all those different sides of your brain at once. We've got visual, auditory, so listening, and then motor elements activated. So the actual act of telling your hands where to go. And what they found is that disciplined and structured practice of music strengthens all those brain functions. This allows us to apply that strength into other areas of our life, okay? Now this is then where we get the gain. It's not so much in that learning about music makes you learn about maths or English in a sort of way, and it kind of does, but that's not why the benefit is. Why we have the benefit. The benefit comes from us actually developing the particular areas in our brain that allows us to be able to think faster and react better in those other situations. So it uses both hemispheres of the brain, playing music, and it combines the linguistic, mathematical part of your brain with the novel and creative side of your brain, and it begins to build bridges in your brain. So it's creating all these new connections that allows us to link up our logical side of the brain with the more creative side. This makes the practical musician better equipped for solving problems creatively and in a new way, both academically and practically. So this makes you a better problem solver. This makes you able to think faster on your tests. It makes you able to more able to ace that maths test, ace that English test, and then also makes you more aware socially as well. Now, where this comes into it, you're like, okay, Caleb, you've told me a lot, you've said a lot of good stuff, but how on earth does this earn us more money? Okay, I've not seen one thing on here that directly leads to more money. Okay, now what they found is that musicians have higher levels of executive function, meaning the process of learning to play an instrument develops the areas of the brain necessary for executive function, that creative problem solving, the answers that aren't going to be in a book. Okay, so this suggests then that learning music is a great way to prepare for stepping up in a career as well. It's going to train those same areas, and you're going to have fun while doing it too. You're not going to be stressing about work. You're just going to be playing, but know that that benefit is going to carry off into those areas as well. Now, specifically executive function in regards to planning strategically and attention to detail. These are both things that are massive in music and are built up over time. Okay, it's that same planning, you know, what scale can I use over this chord? The same logical sides of the brain working with the attention to detail, and then the creative problem solving and coming up with new ways of doing things. Musicians also exhibit enhanced memory functions, and that's vital again when you're on the go doing different things, working in different environments, whether that's you needing to remember dates for a history test or you having to remember certain deadlines and emails that you've got to answer to. You know, these are all things that you can improve through playing. Okay, so there was one study and they took people of the same intelligence level, probably based on IQ, and they exposed some of the group to a period of learning an instrument. Now, what they found was that those who were exposed to the learning before exhibited enhanced brain function. They experienced enhancement in multiple brain areas compared to the rest, the others that didn't have that. So this tells us that learning music has instant benefits. This isn't something that you need to do for 6 months, 2 years before you can see any benefits, before any benefits are going to arise in that. This is something that will benefit you from within a week. If you're consistently practicing, your brain is creating new pathways. You're beginning to think a bit more clearly. You're beginning to be more creative in your problem solving and stronger and faster in those decision-making skills. Okay, and there's a couple other benefits, along with many other benefits in playing music, but we've also got, it strengthens your bond with others. Now, one of the beauty of playing bass is that it's an accompanying instrument. You know, it's not designed to be a solo instrument. This means that for us to get the most enjoyment out of our instrument, we have to actually play with others. And this allows us to make new friends, we create new bonds, and there's nothing like locking in with your musicians, your friends, and just grooving it out. So what it also does, as we've said, it strengthens memory skills, but also reading skills, especially if you're learning to read with music. Okay, but even if you're not, there's going to be some form of chart reading, some form of other elements of you learning how to play a song that involve you reading something. Okay, so these areas are all still being developed. And probably most importantly, it makes you happy. You know, it's been proven to reduce stress and depression. It's also been used to help the brain recover from stroke patients. So people actually now, they'll use music to help the brain actually recover. Okay, now this is vital. This is like massive stuff that you can go to seminars and pay thousands and thousands of pounds for, where you can get the brain benefits, you can get benefits from some of these courses and wellness books that you're going to be reading and going to be hearing about just from learning to play. And the benefit is that you've actually got another skill to show off to your friends and family around that. Okay, so musically intelligent also equals mathematically intelligent due to it working the same area of the brain. It also means more linguistically intelligent as well. So it's development of that same listening process. It makes you a better listener learning to play. And that's one thing we all know. Like when someone's not listening to us when we're talking, we can tell. Learning to play music makes you a better listener. Okay? These are all skills that, one, we've seen that scientifically it makes you smarter. We know that it's gonna develop your brain like no other activity. There's another thing that I'm not sure if I said earlier, is that music compared to other activities such as sports and even other arts such as painting or drawing, they just don't compare in the same level of activation of the brain compared to actually playing music, like physically learning to play an instrument. So it's gonna definitely make you smarter, scientifically 100% proven, but it also has the potential to make you earn a lot more as well in terms of boosting your executive functions, your problem solving. And we're paid on the level of problems that we solve. So if you solve small problems, you're probably not getting paid as much. That's why a cleaner, as valuable as they are and they work hard, they don't get paid as much as Bill Gates, who created software that we all now use today, or Google, as I'm sure all of you use Google. If you're watching this, YouTube is owned by Google, so we use the stuff. It's a bigger problem. It's harder to solve. It's a harder problem to solve, and learning music helps us build those skills. Okay, so take this information, share this video with someone who needs to learn. Share it with someone who needs to learn. Share it with whether that's your auntie, your uncle, your 13-year-old kid, or maybe use this as the push to get yourself or your child involved into music. Okay. Now, if you are looking for lessons, you can also DM me, drop me a comment. I do online lessons as well, and I've got a selection of courses online. Okay, if you're new to music, if I say to you, play a 2-5-1, and you have no idea what I'm talking about, you don't know what chords to play over that, you don't know what mode can work with a particular chord, and if I'm talking gibberish again, and you're learning to play bass, you need my Core Pillars course. The 3 core pillars that you need to know in order to play music. That's the lessons I wish I'd been taught first, because it will save you hours and potentially a lot of money too if you get in lessons. So jump online, go to bassclef.teachable.com and you can check out my courses there. Okay, guys, appreciate you all for being here on the channel. Actually, I'm here to kind of share what I'm picking up along the way. I've done a really bad job of documenting the journey, so I'm gonna pick that up a bit more again with documenting the journey, what goes on, becoming a professional musician, what am I getting involved in. We do have a second series of Yolanda's Band Jam happening on CBeebies, so I've got about a month and a half left before that, so I'm gonna get in the gym so I can be looking good for the show, and then we're gonna take it from there. Guys, stay bass cleft, subscribe for more content around getting down the foundations of playing bass. Okay, this is not the channel for jazz virtuosos. Okay, I'm not gonna be giving you super Phrygian we're not going to be going into all of that kind of stuff, but you will begin to learn the foundation that you need to be able to understand and kind of see where all these different scales, the harmonic minor, melodic minor scales, the modes of those scales and how to use them with what you'll learn from here, you'll be able to have a reference point that you'll be able to build upon to actually understand what's being said a lot of the time. Okay? Anyway, guys, stay bass cleft, and we'll catch you in the next video.